Yo, look at this background. Looks wild. Going. How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? Welcome Monday morning mindset, guys. If you're excited, drop a one in the chat. If you guys are excited for today's call, drop a one. Drop a one. Where's my family at? Let's do it. You guys can hear me fine, right? I'm kind of like whispering a little bit. You know, I'm high energy. I'm actually still in the dealership. Like, yo, look at this. Like, look at my back. I'm still. It's like the perfect background. Like I've got a dealership behind me. But hi guys, if you guys just got on the call, I'm actually back in the United States after what's that, 4 or 5 months. I'm actually in Sarasota, Florida, about an hour outside of Tampa, picking up my Nissan GTR. If you guys check out my story right now, you can see it. It's got the whole 9 yards. But guys, I'm super excited and grateful. Love and gratitude is the highest frequencies that are out there right now. It literally is. You know, I'm actually going to be studying frequencies and stuff. One of my friends does that, you know, but definitely what I want everybody to do right now, drop something you're grateful for in the chat. Drop one thing that you're grateful for. Drop one thing. You know, I'm grateful to be back in the United States, that I was able to get a flight out of the country, out of Colombia. I loved Colombia. It changed my life. I came in one person and left another. I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for the mentors in my life, Bob Proctor, Araj, vice president of the company. I'm grateful for my business partners, you know, Mina, Neno, Jason Stone. And the business partners that got me to where I'm at now, because even if things went south with them or whether they went well, I wouldn't be where I'm at today without my business partners of the last 5 years. So guys, I'm excited. So guys, like I said, this is a free call. So if you want to keep getting that link out, go ahead and do that. So guys, let's get this started. So Bob Proctor just had an event this last weekend called the Paradigm Shift. And it's actually, it's really important to me. The Paradigm Shift was actually the event that I went to back in January. For those of you guys that know my story, I'm 24 years old. Oh, by the way, let me introduce myself, guys, for the new people on the call. My name is DeAndre Saxon. I'm a certified Bob Proctor consultant. Bob Proctor, you may have known him from The Secret. He talks about business, law of attraction. He has 1,400 consultants worldwide. I'm his number 2 consultant within 60 days. So I just went straight to the top because I was so humble. I was sleeping in my car. I had nothing to lose. I put everything on credit card to work with him. Like, some people are afraid to invest in their business, right? I talk to a lot of people, they get on the strategy call, they get on the one-on-one calls with me, and they're talking about, me. I want to earn $25,000 a month. I want to quit my job. I want to retire. Like, they're talking about this. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's invest in your business. Let's invest in yourself so we can grow. And then people go sideways. I was never that person. Uncle Bobby P, he's earning millions of dollars a month. And I said, you know what? At the time I was 23. It was my birthday, like 2 days later. So I was just turning 24. I was sleeping in my grandparents' Honda because I couldn't afford to get my car back from Miami. And I'm just sleeping in the Honda, putting my jacket on. Nobody at the event knows this, right? And I said, Uncle Bobby P, just show me the way. Just show me to be successful. Some of you might be feeling this, like, you know, deep down you're supposed to be successful. Drop a 7 in the chat if you know for a fact you're going to be the first millionaire in your family. Drop a 7 in the chat. You see, I felt that for 5 years. I just didn't have the proper guidance. I had all the strategies, right? I had all the scripts, all the books. Guys, I literally have, I don't even know how much weight, probably 200 pounds worth of books. Like, I have bins of books. Like, I had the books. I went to the seminars. I was buying the programs. I was watching the YouTube videos. Who's my YouTube people at? You know, oh, I don't even have my YouTube channel going right now. That's all good though. So all this stuff was happening, but yeah, I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. Who are those people? If that sounds like you right now, it's okay, because that was me still in February, just in February, okay? And then Bob Proctor introduced me to something called the paradigm, something called the frequencies. And no matter how much you learn this stuff, it's a constant battle. You see, the mind is always for expansion and fuller expression, divinity. Actually, let me get that line from you guys. This line is so relevant even now more than ever. Yeah, I can go on IG Live for me. Go on IG Live. Are you just going to hold it, or are we going to put it? There you go. Okay. So guys, I'm sharing the screen right here. So this is the Door Lectures of Mental Science. You guys can see this, right? It says, my mind is a center of divine operation. Okay. My mind, our minds, is the center of divine operation. So remember, when I was telling you guys, sharing the story about my ayahuasca ceremony, that I felt the presence of God and God's perfection that lives in us. And so God is always for expansion and fuller expression. God is good. God is the light. God is the great shepherd. So that power lives in us. So my mind is the center of divine operation. The divine operation aka God power in us, is always for expansion and fuller expression. So what does that mean? Your mind is, as long as you keep developing yourself, as long as you keep getting on calls like this, it's always going to continue to expand and look for fuller expression. You see, that want, that desire in you is the God power in you wanting to expand. You see, the same energy that causes the seeds in the ground to grow into trees is the same energy that wants you to get a bigger house, to retire your parents, to get a nicer car, to go from an Audi to a new GTR. That's the same power that lives that grows the plants of this earth, lives in you in the same. That's what it's talking about in expansion and fuller expression. This means the production of something beyond what has gone before. I love this line. See, I was studying this line because, by the way, I'm in sheesh. I just invested another $26,000 to work with Bob. He's gonna be mentoring me one-on-one. This guy's not cheap, guys. Like, yo, Uncle Bobby P, he ain't cheap. Like, he does not come cheap. But you know what? I'm a student, and he's like, whatever price he says, let's do it, because I know it's gonna get back. And guess what? Some of you aren't in the position to pay $26K to work with him. Don't worry. You guys get on these free calls, and I literally share this with you. If there's one thing I can learn about Bob Proctor, he studies the same thing over and over. So I've been in his inner circle for 3 months. Guys, we've been reading the same article for freaking 3 months. For 3 months. It's so crazy because in the world, right, the Gary V culture, nothing wrong with Gary V. Obviously, he's successful. He has a lot of successful students. But a lot of the culture right now is like, how many books can you read? Read one book a day. Read one book an hour. I'm like, bro, like, I'll be good if I get a chapter a day. Yeah, a chapter a week, you know? But here's the thing. Bob Proctor, he masters his craft. He masters what a particular authors are he's working with. He likes Thomas Troward. He likes Napoleon Hill. Like, these are some of his guys. So, but the thing with Bob, Uncle Bobby P, he studies the same thing over and over and over. What is the paradigm? You see, a paradigm is a multitude of habits. It's your conditioning. It's your programming. Your income is a direct reflection of your paradigm. How was your paradigm formed? It's your habits. See, some people were late on this call. Some people didn't even show up to this call. How is it that I'm literally like learning everything, like humbly learning everything from Uncle Bobby P and giving free calls here. And then some people choose to go to lunch right now, or choose to go, like, I don't know, or take a nap. Like, are you serious? Like, right, I would be on a call. If Bob Proctor's top person was running a call, or Tony Robbins or whoever, I would be on that call. Like, shit, give me all you can. So you guys are smart being on this call right now. And so what I was learning from Bob is he studies the same thing over with repetition. Because when your paradigm was formed, it was formed in your childhood. All the ideas, all the fixed ideas that were put into you are the ones that are controlling you now at 22, 23, 24 years old. You see, now you go into business for the first time. Drop a 1 in the chat if you come. Okay, drop a 1 in the chat if you do not come from a family that was run by business. See, my grandpa, I love him to death. He's always had a job since I've known him. He's worked at a hospital as an engineer. My grandma, I mean, if you can call it self-employed, she would take care of old ladies, you know, like a caretaker. But I don't have anybody in my immediate family that runs a business. I don't have anybody in my immediate family that earns 6 figures. So how can I go into business by myself and try to earn 6 figures when I don't know anybody that does it? You see, some of you are in that position right now. You're going into business, and then all these habits are coming with you. You see, all business does, especially network marketing for my network marketers, all business does is expose your paradigm. It exposes you. You see, because when you're going to a 9 to 5, you just show up and they tell you what to do. But guess what? You go out there and you start a network marketing business, and you got to do it on your own. You can wake up whatever time you want. You see, if you go too far to the left and you're just waking up at 12 o'clock, you're going out, you're like, I run my own business, and you don't do anything, that's a problem. But then you can go too far to the right, and actually you want to be very disciplined. Being disciplined is very important here. So let's come back to this article right here. I love this line, and I'm going to express this, guys, and I'm going to share my personal story. So right here, and this means the production of something beyond what has gone before. So what does that mean? So your mind is always going to find new frequencies to expand your direction. Always expand your direction. Okay. So right now I'm going through a transition in my business. Okay. I'm going through a huge transition and I was struggling. I was like, okay, man, I'm going to Miami. I've been traveling for 2 years, getting an apartment, signing a car that's not like the cheapest car. I'm coming from a 200 a month car payment to something that's 10 times the price. So I'm like, even though I can afford it, it's just a terror barrier. And so what's happening was I started questioning, like, man, can I continue to earn 6 figures a month? Here's one thing. You can earn 6 figures 1 month. Can you continue to do it over and over again? Like when I told Raj that I earned 6 figures a month, he's like, that's good. Like he wasn't impressed. He's like, can you do it again? And I was like, shit, he's right. Anybody can do it once, but can you do it again? For those of you, you hit 10,000 1 month, great. Can you do it again? Can you do it again? Repetition over and over. You see, what will happen is when you start changing your paradigm, you'll start seeing good results. When you get your paradigm in alignment with the universe, things, the people, the situation, the business, the income, all these things are going to start coming into your life. But here's the thing, mental discipline is the key. You see, when you put your head down on the pillow and you start questioning, man, I recruited 100 people this month. My team exploded 10, 20% this month. And you start questioning, can I do it again? Well, this isn't in place anymore. That person's not here anymore. I recruited this stud and then he quit, but can I do it again? You see, these thoughts are going to come up. And what's happening is your old paradigm is starting to kick back in and it's going to start to self-regulate you. Remember, the more I study, and I actually remember I got it. Oh, I didn't think I showed you guys. I got it tatted on me right before I came back from Colombia. Seek awareness. The answer to all your problems is to seek awareness. You want to increase your income? Seek awareness. You want to grow your company? Seek awareness. Okay. And so I was getting on sidetrack. I'm just so inspired right now, guys. I got a little sidetrack, but what was I talking about? What was I talking about right now? Somebody dropped it in the chat. What was I just talking about? Just seeking awareness. Hold on, let me move this real quick. All right, hold on. Where are we at? Yeah, thanks, Peter. Thanks for dropping that in the chat. Mental discipline, right? Mental discipline. To be able to see what's going on in the outside world and not let it infect your internal state. Guys, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month, I was letting the outside world affect my internal state. God, it is very crucial. If you want to get to the 6 figures a year, or for those of you that are 6 figures a month, you have to maintain internal state. You see, we have two parts of our mind. We have the conscious mind, we have the subconscious mind. Let's talk about the conscious mind. You see, we have the mental, we have the sensory factors: hear, see, smell, taste, touch, and those are connected to our conscious mind. Up to however old you are right now, the 20, 30 years that you've been alive, we have been programmed to operate from the outside world. We look at our bank account and we let our bank account determine, okay, I make 7,000 a month. I can afford a Honda. I can afford a Benz, or I can afford this house. I can afford this vacation. So we've been programmed for all these years. So there's two ways that we can operate our life. We can use our conscious mind to look at the outside world and make that outside world our reality, or we can use our mental faculty called imagination, tap into the spiritual world that's not even here yet, pull from the spiritual power, and then declare what we want in the physical world. And that's how you start to bend reality creation. Drop a 1 in the chat if you want to create your own reality. Drop a 1 in the chat if you want to create your own reality. So look around where you're living right now. Look at your income. Look at your business. And if you're not happy with what's going on right now, know that today you can declare and write a new ticket. You see, when I met Bob Proctor in January and I was earning $2,000 a month driving for Lyft, and I had what, $500? Not even $500, because I had maybe $800 saved up, $500 for the ticket, and maybe $250 or something like that. It wasn't a lot. I remember parking was $20 a day, and I was like, holy shit. That's where I was coming from. But I decided to create a new reality. I tapped into the spiritual. I tapped into the spiritual world by using my imagination, and I created the life that I wanted. You do that through visualization. And so what happens is, and this is where we're going back to this line right here, this means the production of something beyond what has gone before. If you continue to grow your awareness, your mind will attract everything that you need to fulfill your goal. Everything that you need. You see, a lot of the times we set a goal. First of all, most people don't even set goals. Vibe check. Where's your goal cards at? Vibe check. Where's your goal cards at, guys? Where's your goal cards at? Where's your goal cards at? Vibe check. Why do we have goal cards? Because whatever you put on this goal card, you must manifest. I don't want to buy anything. All right. So why do we have our goal cards? Because anything you write on this goal card must manifest. Earl Nightingale says we become what we think about. Most people think about debt, and that's why they attract more debt. Most people think about lack, which is why they attract more lack. Literally, anything that you think about, you become. I've been really tapping into the book, The Science of Getting Rich. That's probably the best book I've ever read. I think it's better than Think and Grow Rich, Science of Getting Rich, because it talks about the spiritual world. Think and Grow Rich is very technical and analytical. Science of Getting Rich is talking about tapping into the ether and tapping into spirit. And I really like that more because I can relate with that more. Okay. But he literally talks about this stuff, is whatever you write on this goal card must manifest. So this means the production of something beyond what's gone before. Keep growing in your awareness and know that everything is going to happen. When you get into the frequency, don't work towards your goal, work from your goal. You see, when I was debating, right, I'm still in the dealership. It's so weird because I'm just like having a conversation. Everybody's just like listening, but it is what it is. You know, I just spread the light. So when I was debating, I was like, okay, should I get an M3 or should I get a GTR? I was like, okay, if I get the M3, it's $40,000. See, I tapped into my logical mind. I was like, you know what? If I get an M3, I only put $10,000 down. My car payment's only $500 a month. You know what? It's still a nice car. You know, it's still impressive. It's better than my Audi I have now. You see, I was thinking from a logical state, but then I started to practice what we preach. I was like, okay, I'm earning $1 million a month because that's my goal in the next 6 months to get to the $1 million a month mark. I was okay. I'm earning $1 million a month. I'm traveling the world. I'm changing thousands of people's lives. I'm partnered up with Bob Proctor closely. What car would I be driving and what would I be doing at that level? What decision would I make? And I came to the GTR. I came from my goal, not to my goal. And when you start thinking at the frequency of your goal, you're going to attract everything you need for this. For example, I'm about to buy this car. I'm not even worried about it because I know that I don't know how, but probably in the next 6 months, be able to probably faster than that, probably the next 90 days, be able to just boom, attract all the business needed. I declared this, that every single month, I'm going to attract enough clients, well, just from the car, like just going to the gas station and then picking up clients. I've declared that already. My YouTube channel is going to pay for the car payment. I'm not going to use active money. I'm not going to do a sales call or a prospecting call to pay, $1,200 a month, earn money. I'm going to let my YouTube channel, I'm going to let the people come to me when I put my gas and they're like, whoa, what do you do? And it's like, I teach the law of attraction. I teach small business owners how to get on the frequency of their goals. What the hell does that even mean? Let me show you what it is. And they become a client and I'll let the car pay for itself because I'm going to get on the frequency of my goal. So guys, I did this. I don't know if I did it. No, I did this with my last client call. Guys, right now, there's a decision you're looking to make. One is the logical decision and one is the one that your spirit's telling you to do. Go for the one that your spirit's telling you to do. For my ladies out there, there's a certain dress, there's a certain pair of shoes out there that you've been looking at. You're like, oh, but those shoes are 10 times the price that I want to pay for. Guess what? Get them because they're going to make you feel like the person you need to become. It's all about feeling. Feeling is a word we invented to describe our conscious awareness of our vibration. Lots of the times, we're not on the vibration. I'm actually with my homie right now. He just drove down from Jersey to help me get this GTR. And he was telling me that he's been driving a hoopty. He's been driving this old Nissan beat up piece of F, it wasn't the vehicle he wanted. And he was telling me, yo, DeAndre, like every time I would hop in this car, it made me feel like shit. Some of you might be feeling that you get in a certain car, you're living in a certain place. When I was sleeping on my grandparents' couch, it made me feel like shit, but I'm such a powerful manifestor that I would move past that. But a lot of people live in their situation. So he was driving this car and it put him in a bad vibration. So guess what? Every time he's driving around, every time he pulls up to a restaurant, every time he goes on a date, he's feeling like crap. Guys, can you manifest what you want feeling on that vibration? You can't. So when you go out there and your spirit's telling you to go buy that certain product, whether it's a certain car, a certain house, you can afford it, but you're afraid. You hit that terror barrier. What if this doesn't happen? What if the people doesn't come? What if I can't recruit them? You see this line right here, this is what it says. And this means the production of something beyond what has gone before. Your mind will attract everything that you need to reach that goal. Everything. You see the human ego starts to figure out. It's good at figuring. It's good at figuring. It's always trying to figure out. And then we get a little sidetracked because you're like, you know what? I don't know how it's gonna happen. You know, I want to double rank this month. I want to hit 10K this month. I want to hit the 50K month, the 100K month, whatever income goal. I want to recruit these people. And you're like, wait, I only have 300 followers on Instagram. Wait, I only have 200 people in my contact. I just moved to this city. I'm not good at sales, right? You start taking yourself back. But I want everybody to make the conscious decision right now to create. We were created in God's image. Well, what is God? Who is God? God's the creator. So what does that mean? We are here to create. But we never tapped into this ability. Not included in past experiences, right? My mind is the center of divine operation. The divine operation is always for expansion and fuller expression. Guys, I challenge it. Maybe I'll drop this in the group chat. Everybody needs to print this out. I have this printed out, and I wrote it out because I didn't have a printer in Colombia, but I would study this every single day. Because some of the times, because now, remember, I only do these calls once a week now. Bob Proctor said only drop it down to 1 week. So I'm only doing this call on Mondays now. So you can't rely on me to be doing the calls every week to get you guys pumped up again. By reading this article and knowing that, wow, everything is for my expansion. Everything is for my full expression. Everything is in alignment. Everything in my mind is continuing to grow me towards my goal that I have written on my goal card. You will maintain state. This means the production of something beyond what's gone before, something entirely new, not included in past experiences, though proceeding out of it by an orderly sequence of growth. An orderly sequence of growth. You see, Steve Jobs says we can't connect the dots moving forward, but we can connect the dots moving backwards. So we must trust that the dots will connect in the future. You see, I want everybody to think back right now to where you're at right now. And I want you to think back. Look at all the people, the situations, the circumstances, whether good or bad, that needed to happen to get you to where you're at now. Like, it's so crazy if you just go backwards. Like, I start to think when I was living in I moved to Miami when I was 21 or 22 years old. So I moved to Miami with $600. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know how I was going to earn money. I just quit my job. I was like, I ain't doing this shit no more. I'm going to figure it out. Moved to Miami. And then boom, I heard of social media marketing from Ty Lopez. Who's seen the Ty Lopez ads? So I bought the Ty Lopez social media marketing program and started a social media marketing agency. Within 90 days, I was earning $7,000 a month. I was like, that's cool. Let's do it. But then 10 months later, I hated what I was doing. And I self-sabotaged myself and I went broke. Started sleeping in my car for 4 months. You see, a lot of people during that period of sleeping in their car would have quit, went back to their job. And obviously I'm talking about the people that don't have kids and stuff here, you know? So obviously it's a different situation. But see, when I was sleeping in that car, I remember I was sleeping on Biscayne, like a little bit like around the 54th Street up in that area. And I remember looking up at the stars like, God, what did I do? Like, I just want to win. I just want to give. I just want to expand. And I was just like blaming God in the situation for what was going on. But I always say positive, but like I would blame, but then I would keep myself going. Right? Belief is like that little voice that keeps you going. It's like that little prep talker. And it's so funny because if it wasn't for me sleeping in my car, I probably never would have went to Puerto Rico. So I was like earning like $1,000 a month or something, which is nothing in Miami. You can't do anything with $1,000 a month. So I was living, I decided to like, if I'm earning $1,000 a month, let me go to Puerto Rico. It was like $100 flight. So I flew to Puerto Rico, and in Puerto Rico, I got a hostel, and I was able to earn, I could live on $1,000 a month in Puerto Rico. I was like, shit, this is pretty cool. And I lived there for a month. And I was like, wait, I can make money. I can make money and not be in Miami. Like, that's the first time I ever thought that I could travel and make money. So from Puerto Rico, I was like, you know what? Let's do something bigger. Went and got my passport, went to Colombia. So I go to Colombia earning $1,000 a month. For the whole year I was living in Colombia, I was earning like $1,000 a month, but I could live there. My rent was $500, food was $200, and I was living comfortable. I wasn't sleeping in my car anymore. from Colombia, went broke again. I went broke at the end of last November, right? But if it wasn't, actually with my homie right now, he came with me, and we ended up losing our phones. I was so broke, I couldn't, like, bro, like this shit was crazy. I was jet skiing in the Caribbean islands. My phone gets wet. Don't have a debit card. Went broke, and I'm like, Grandma, I need help. Grandma, I got raised by my grandparents, right? So I was like, Grandma, I need help. They bailed me out of Colombia. They bought my $200 flight back to the States. So here I'm at, phone dead, like broke, just like, what am I doing with my life? But guys, if it wasn't for that situation of going back to California, guess what? I was broke. They had to bail me out. I went back to California, but guess what? I went back to California and I met Bob Proctor. You see, that's what I'm talking about. And from Bob Proctor, everything shot up. And even where I'm at now, I don't know where this GTR is going to take me, but, or, you know, the car and the whole image of a GTR, but I know it's going to make me for expansion and full expression. So that's my story. What's your story? What's your story? You know, know that everything is going to move forward in your favor. You have to keep growing that awareness. Okay, guys. So I'm going to transition over here to back to the. I just love this article, guys. Remind me to Peter. Remind me to give this to you, and then actually no, I'll post it in the group chat, guys. Don't worry. Okay. So that article is amazing. So let's tap into what we learned at the paradigm shift. Okay. So this is the first line I have. God will take people out of my life that are no longer for my expansion. Love them anyways. Accept it and know as God is bringing new people into your life to expand your business. I think Austin Godsey, he's a chairman 100 in a company. He earns 100K a month. He posted something on his IG and he's like, God, please take the people out of my life that are talking shit behind my back and not for my expansion. I posted it. I love that line. And guess what? Some people started leaving my life. And I was like, at first I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? But then I remember that article that I asked God to take the people out of my life that I thought were my friends. And then they just stopped talking to me. I thought that was really interesting. So know that if people are leaving your life and this is only if you're expanding, right? If you're on this call, you're expanding right now. You're expanding your awareness. If people leaving your life right now, that's a good thing because God's going to be replacing those people with the new people that you met. Like my homie Kelson right now, I attracted him when I first moved to Miami. I was like, you know what? I want a business partner. I prayed to God. And then literally 48 hours later, I meet him. And then I would not be where I'm at today without Kelson. This dude has lent me money. I slept on his couch. I mean, masterminds, ideas I needed to make money with. I was late, late on my car payment, like, was it 2 years ago? I was like, I need to make money. Today's the last day to make my car payment. Mastermind, come up with ideas, make some money, make the car payment. So like if I wouldn't be where I'm at without him. So if people are leaving your life right now, that's a good thing. If people are coming into your life right now, that's a good thing. Your paradigm will attract new people and repel others. Uncle Bobby P in the inner circle, he says that this is a language. This is like learning Spanish. Like I'm learning Spanish right now. What I'm speaking about right now is a language foreign to 95% of the world. Frequencies, vibration. I dare you to go to your college, go to your job and say, hey man, have you heard about the paradigm and the law of attraction? When you get on this frequency, right? You think about the frequencies, you get on the thought pattern, the law of attraction will manifest. You don't have to know how. The money will just come from the universe. Go say that to the average person. They'll be like, bruh, they're going to take you away to a safe place. They're going to take you away to a safe place with nice white walls. Okay? I love that line from Jim Rohn. They'll take you away to a safe place. You see, this is a language you're learning. And the more you learn this language of success and attraction, and the more you believe it, the more you'll see changes in your life. You see, in our program that we offer, many of my clients are on this call. I'm seeing them right now. I see Peter, I see Joe. Right, they're in the front, so I don't know who my other clients are on this call right now. In the program, he says that, your belief level, how you know if you believe in this stuff? Look at your results. I see Quay on the call. Look for a safe place. Yeah. If you believe in this material that we're teaching, look at your results. If you do not believe in what Bob Proctor is saying, because this is a Bob Proctor call, If you don't believe in what he's saying, it will reflect in your results. If you're starting to see quantum leaps in your income and your results, that means you're believing what it is that we're saying. Yo, there's a GTR sitting out there right now. Yo, the belief level, guys. Like, I'm just sitting here like, yo, what the hell happened in 6 months? Uncle Bobby P said this would happen, though. He said, DeAndre, when you study this program, thinking into results, at the end of 6 months, you'll need a telescope to look back at your results. Drop a 7 in the chat if you're ready for that telescope. Who's ready for that telescope in their life? 6 months from now, quantum leaps. Yeah, I wish I could share this thing with you guys. Like, yo, like I wish, like it's sitting right there, but I don't want to mess up the Wi-Fi. You guys got to look at my story. And I'm just sitting back, like reflecting on, like, yo, like this is wild, but this is everything he said that was gonna happen. This is everything he said was gonna happen. You see, sometimes we have an ego. We try to figure it out on our own. Guys, stop trying to figure it out. Like my clients know me. Like, I'm one of the most transparent person. Like, I'll literally tell them, like, yo guys, I haven't got any sales this month. Like, I'm figuring this shit out. Let's do it. Like, I'll talk to my sister and be like, yo, you know what, Katie, I don't know what the hell we're doing, but we'll figure it out. Like, I'm so transparent with my clients. I think that's why they like me. But here's the thing. I don't have an ego. Like, I don't try to figure shit out. Uncle Bobby P tells me to do something, I do it. Like, I love running the calls on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I get on the call with Uncle Bobby P. He's like, yo, DeAndre, get back to basics, bro. Well, he didn't talk to me like that. He's like, get back to basics. So guess what? I cut the Wednesday and Friday call. I was talking to the VP of the company because I said, yo, Araj, like, yo, I'm taking this shit seriously. I'm 24 years old. I think that in the next year or two, this thing can be a freaking movie. So guess what? He got me in to work directly with Bob. I'm going to be working 1 hour each week with Bob Proctor for the next 6 months. And he told me the price tag, and I was like, shit made me a little uncomfortable. So I'm like, damn, like, yo, I think I'm like at $80,000 in the last 90 days invested in myself. And it's just like, yo, like, that's like, yo, shit's a movie, guys. And I get this to you guys for free. I just like doing these calls. But it's like, the more money I invest, the more I know it comes back. The more I know it comes back. And there's little spots, you know, there's little rungs, I guess you can say. You know, like, for example, if you would have talked to me 6 months ago, I'd probably be on a call like this, taking notes, applying, watching YouTube videos, watching SoundCloud, listening to Earl Nightingale every single day until I got enough money to work with somebody. You see, I was, when I was driving for Lyft, I made the $500 so I can go to the event. Some of you right now just might be in that range with only a couple $100 in your bank account. That's okay. That was me. But what are you doing in your free time? You see, when I was driving for Lyft and doing all this stuff, instead of listening to music, I was listening to SoundCloud. I was listening to Bob Proctor. I was listening to About the Paradigm. I wasn't listening to the new Lil Baby album or Gunna. I was listening to Uncle Bobby P. That was the best rapper I was listening to because he made me money. Didn't talk about the money he made. He helped me make money. Okay. And so that's what I'd be doing. Just planting. And what happens is, with repetition, you'll start to change your paradigm. Like I tell my clients, like, you don't need the program. Like, you don't need the program that we offer. You'll figure it out. It just take you 20 years. I don't want to wait 24 years, like 20 years. I want to be the 24-year-old driving the GTR, humbly helping and changing the world. You know, living in my dream apartment in downtown Miami. I'm moving to my new spot next week in downtown, 28th floor, overlooking the sports arena. Shit, it's crazy. I want to be doing that. Who wants to be doing that? Drop a 1 in the chat if you want to wait 10 years to be successful. Drop a 7 in the chat if you want to make that shit happen in 6 months. If you want to I want everybody right now on a piece of paper, write down, how much did you earn last year? How much did you earn last year? On a piece of paper, write down what you earned last year. Now I want you to write this line. I'm so happy and grateful now that I earn X, whatever you earned last year, right? You know, I'm so happy and grateful now that I earn X per month, per day. What I used to earn per year, I earn per day. What I earned on Mother's Day took me 2.5 years, almost 3 years of entrepreneurship. I earned in one day. One day. So you write that down, and you write that, and you brainwash yourself. Auto-suggestion. Auto-suggestion. I was talking to the VP of Bob's company, Raj, and he was talking about, auto-suggestion is one of the most powerful things. What is auto-suggestion? Auto-suggestion is talking to yourself. And what happens is at first, you may not believe it, but saying it over and over again for 5 minutes a day, after 30 days, you're going to begin to believe it. If you tell yourself, I'm so happy and grateful that I earn 100,000 a month. I'm so happy and grateful that I earn 100,000 a month. I'm so happy and grateful. I'm so happy and grateful that I earn 100,000 a month. You do that 5 minutes a day for 30 days, guess what? You're going to begin to believe it. And when you match your level of belief and action, it's called praxis. When you match your actions and your belief level, it's called praxis. You're going to begin to attract everything you need. The people, the business model, everything that you need to hit that goal. Everything that you need. See, do you think that, my team, we know how to get to the $1 million a month mark? I have no idea. It's not my goal. It's not my job to figure out how to get to $1 million a month. My goal is just to create the environment for it to come. In the Magic Word by Earl Nightingale, he talks about when creating steel, right? There's a mold that's created, right? You create the mold, then you pour the hot steel, and then you cure it up, and then you have the piece of artwork or the metal or the spoon or whatever you want to fashion. You see, when you start creating from the imagination, what you're doing is you're creating that mold. You're giving yourself the environment to attract the people that you want on that frequency. Competing versus creating. For a while I was competing, and this is not to call names out, but you see, you find a mentor and you stick to that mentor. By the way, find a mentor, stick to that mentor. Find one that works with you, that aligns with your values, and connects with you. Like, for example, I probably never would have been connected to Esther Hicks or Joe Dispenza or Tony Robbins. I liked their stuff, but when Bob Proctor spoke, I was like, yo, Uncle Bobby P talking a different language. I connected, my spirit did. Find one mentor, double down on that mentor. And stop competing and begin to create. If you're competing with somebody, your thoughts are focused on them and not yourself. Remember, you become what you think about. So if you're looking at the next person competing like, oh my gosh, she came in 6 months after me and she already hit the next rank. What am I doing? You're focusing on them and you're taking yourself off creation. You have to be at a positive vibration to create. Operate from the top down. Operate from the top down. I want everybody to do this right now because I did this with my clients. There's a decision that you're supposed to be making right now, and you've been putting it off, whether it's been a couple hours, a couple days, a couple weeks. There's a decision that you are supposed to be making right now that you're not making. I challenge everybody right now, write down, what is that decision? Is it a house, right? There's probably the car salesman's probably calling you right now and you're blowing him off. Guess what? You're not blowing him off, you're blowing yourself off. The more you sit and dwell on not making a decision, the more mental space and mental energy it takes up. There's a certain person you're supposed to be calling. There's a certain business you're supposed to be joining. There's a certain thing you're supposed to buy or not buy. Whether the answer is yes, I want to buy it, or no, I don't want to buy it, you're sitting in the middle being a fence sitter. I want everybody to write that down right now. What is that decision? And make a freaking decision. Write it down right now. You see, for 2 weeks, I was making a decision. M3 GTR, M3 GTR. And I was just, guess what? I was dwelling on this, and it took me away from earning money in my business. The more I was not making decisions, sitting in the middle, the less time I was getting clients. And guess what? Once I made the decision, the perfect car came. Just like out of nowhere, the perfect car came. The perfect car came once I made a decision. This is what I wanted. And like out of nowhere, I was like, where the hell was this car? It's only 3 hours from Miami. Shit, I'll be there at lunchtime. But when I was sitting in the middle, I was frustrated and not thinking about business. You see, lack of decision making is what's holding many people back. So write that down right now. What is the decision I got to make right now? The decision right now is, do I go to Tampa or do I go back to Miami right now? Shit, I'm free until the 10th, so I'm moving to my new spot. Something I'll make a decision on right now after we're done. I'm gonna go test drive the car once I'm done. So make that decision, guys, and watch how everything's begin to happen. When you begin to create, operate from the top down. What would you be doing? What would you be doing at that goal? What would you be doing at that goal? You're earning 10K a month. What decisions would you be making? You see, a lot of the times we set this goal and we detach ourselves from the goal. We're like, okay, I'm so happy and grateful that I earned 10,000 a month. And then you go and you're like, you start eating at McDonald's instead of the healthy restaurant you wanted. You see, there's a detachment between your goal and it being yours. And that's that detachment is why you don't reach your goal. You have to operate as if you're there. Operate on the frequency. Your thoughts form a frequency. When you get on that frequency, you begin to attract everything on that level. Make decisions at the frequency, at the person you want to become. You see, many people are not clear on where you want to, on who you are. Right? I challenge everybody right now, write a script of the version of the person you want to become at that income level, that 10K, 20K, 100K a month. Write a clear description. You have to have a clear image. The subconscious mind controls 96% of our results. The subconscious mind understands two languages, images and emotion. You must plant an image of the person you want to become and internalize it and drive it deep into your subconscious mind with emotion. And when you get that clear image of the person you want to become, you begin thinking and operating like that person. You see, the DeAndre version 3.0, earning $1 million a month, I was able to tap into him when I was taking a shower. Everybody has a certain spot in which they meditate. Mine is the shower. So I tapped into, okay, DeAndre, you're earning $1 million a month. What car would you drive? Would you get the M3 or the GTR? And within 2 seconds, I had the answer. But for 2 weeks, I was struggling. I tapped into the image that I had, made the decision at the frequency I was at, and brought it to the spiritual plane. Guys, I don't know what's going to happen with this car in the next phase of my life. But just like this whole thing is gonna come because there's an image thing to this whole social media stuff. Like we're not gonna front here. Like to the network marketing, the sales. If you're doing Instagram shit, there's an image to it. Now, am I getting this car because of what people think about me? No, I want it because I want it. I'm a car guy. I had a C63 AMG before. That was a hell of a car, and I moved to a 3.0 Audi, and I got a little sad. Now I'm back in a freaking about to be 600 horsepower GTR, so I'm excited again. But I didn't get this car because of the people. I got it because I wanted it because that's the frequency I wanted. Is this making sense to you guys? Drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1. Y'all feeling this right now or what? Man, I'm pumped up, guys. You got me like I'm still at the freaking dealership. Like, yo, look at my background right now. Like, yo, crazy, huh? Crazy. All right, guys. So here's what we're gonna do. Because I really wanna test drive this car. I really want to take this shit home. I really want to get something to eat right now. So I'm going to open up to a mastermind. Okay. My man Peter's in the chat right now. Guys, if you want to work with me one-on-one, right? If this is the first time you've been on the call, or maybe you've been on all my calls and you're like, you know what, DeAndre, whatever he was spitting today, it really resonated with me. Like he's living the life that I want to create. And guys, remember this life, I humbly say, I got it from my mentor. I'm not egotistical. I got this, everything from my mentor. Okay. My mentor, Bob Proctor. Okay. So guys, if this is inspiring you, I highly recommend you go in the chat right now. My man Peter just posted in the chat. Schedule a one-on-one call with me. Schedule a one-on-one call with me. Let's hop on the call. I call it a clarity call. See, here's what we're going to do in this clarity call is we're going to see what's in your paradigm right now. What are the ideas that are holding you back in business? You see, people don't have business problems. They have personal problems that reflect in their business. A lot of people, they think they have a script problem or a sales problem. No, you have personal problems. You fix those personal problems, your business will flourish. Okay. So on this one-on-one call, we're going to talk about these personal problems. We're going to talk about the clarity that you need. And then we're going to build a game plan of where you want to go. And if I feel like myself and Bob Proctor can help you do that in a quantum way, I'll tell you more about the program that we offer, the pricing, how it works, the setup, and get you set up on the team. So if you guys want to book that call, go ahead and look at the chat right now and book that call. So without further ado, let's hop into a mastermind. I'll do 5-10 minutes of mastermind. So here's what we do in the mastermind. Okay. You're going to click on participants. Click on participants at the bottom of your screen. You're going to raise your hand. You'll raise your hand. I'll get an alert. I'll unmute you, and then you can ask your question. Okay. All right. So go ahead and click participants, raise your hand. I'll unmute you, and I'll give you a answer to your question right now. Got any questions, guys? Any questions? Questions about anything? Okay, Noble, go ahead. I just unmuted you.
Okay, hey, yeah, I'm here, bro. Hey, DeAndre, appreciate you, man. I've been on the calls for a while, man, and I'm actually on Jason Stone's Millionaire Mentors team. So, want to say I love Bob Proctor, and you're doing a great job and really breaking it down simplistically. So, man, awesome job so far. Appreciate you sharing your story with us. I wanted to ask you, why do you think you kept going backwards? You know, because that's kind of happened to me throughout my life. A couple of times where I kind of fell back. And was it that you just lost belief? Did you just get tired of what you were doing? Like, was something in your mind that kept allowing you to fall backwards? And what is now keeping you at the level you are now?
Okay. So let's clarify that. So I was never falling backwards. Remember, we can only connect the dots moving. We can only connect the dots moving backwards. So I was always failing forwards. I was always failing forwards. So no matter, even if I like went broke or something in a business model or had to leave a country or whatever was going on in my life, I was always moving forward. It didn't look like it in the physical world, but in the spiritual world, now where I'm at where I'm at, I was moving forward. Okay. So are you talking? Maybe you might be talking about like the little things, like if I went broke in the business or something like that. Yeah, it was my paradigm kicking in. Like even right now, I'm going through the next barrier. You see, every time you go through a big shift in your life, your paradigm will challenge you. Like right now, I'm going through a whole new challenge in my business. I'm switching up the way I get my clients. I want it to be more consistent and in my control. You know, so I'm launching Facebook ads. And so like I'm running, some of you probably already seen my Facebook ads. Drop a one in the chat if you already seen my Facebook ads. All my friends are like, yo, I'm seeing your Facebook ads. Some of you already seen my Facebook ads, right? So I launched my Facebook ads.
It was just chasing. It didn't change the
Yeah. So I'm running Facebook ads. So this is a whole new paradigm right now. And so I know everything is moving forward. Everything is going to expand.
Yeah.
So I just have that belief level, and I just always talk myself in. And the more you seek awareness, Noble, that's how you say it, right, Noble? The more you realize everything is going to work out.
Gotcha.
The more it's going to build faith in you, bro. So if you feel like you're going backwards right now, you're really not. You're moving forward, because remember, the mind is for expansion and full expression. The mind always create more of you for you to succeed, as long as you keep growing your awareness.
Absolutely.
Keep growing your awareness. Keep studying, right? For those of you that aren't ready to get starting the program, I highly recommend you get the book Science of Getting Rich, and you read that shit over and over and over and over until it's planted in the deep recesses of your subconscious mind. And that right there will be enough for you to, you know, get to the level of mentorship, you know, being level, because there's only so much you can get from reading a book.
Right.
You need that mentor, that person on the phone call with you, that person like, yo, DeAndre, I'm going through this in my business. I'm going through this right now. Coach me up. You need that level, you know, and you got to get there. But it's okay to start with the books and stuff, but you're never going backwards, bro. You're moving forward. You just don't see it yet. Just stay plugged in, stay keeping with your awareness, and everything is literally in your favor. God said it.
Absolutely. Paradigm, I believe.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah, bro. Thank you.
Perfect. Awesome. Nice to meet you. All right, guys. Any other questions? Click on the participant bottom, raise your hand. I'll answer another question. If you want to schedule a one-on-one strategy session, my man Peter's put it in the chat. Andrew. Okay, Andrew, I just unmuted you right now.
Yo, what's good, DeAndre?
How you doing, man?
Day. How you doing, man? I love it. I love hearing it.
Blessed and highly favored, bro, like every day.
That's right. So question for you. Miami Patron 3.0 is alive and grateful. What are the new, I don't know if this affected your C-type goal or it's just driven you back to it. So my question is, your C-type goal still hasn't changed, right?
Still the same.
Still the same. But now that you're in Miami, what does A and B look like?
Okay, so let me clarify that, guys. Remember, we don't have an A-type goal and a B-type goal. We only have one goal. It's called a C-type goal. We only have one goal, guys. I started noticing that people got a little confused because they're like, what happens, they'll learn it from me and then they'll learn it from somebody else through somebody else. So we only have one goal. It's called a C-type goal. An A-type goal is a goal you know how to do. A B-type goal is a goal you think you can do. Many of you are sitting in that category. A C-type goal is you have no idea what to do. You have no idea how to do it. It is so big that you have no idea what you're doing, but it inspires you. That's the goal you're going after. Okay, so if you know how to get there, or if you think you can get there, you're in the wrong place. You want to have one goal called a C-type goal. Okay, Andrew?
I love it.
Okay, so I mean, your question, I kind of answered your question then because I don't have an A and a B type goal. I only have one goal. It's a C-type goal. I'm so happy and grateful now that I track 3 clients per day paid in full. So that put me at about 800,000 a month. I have no idea how that's. I still to this day I'm like, bro, like I'm doing Facebook ads right now. I'm booking some calls on Facebook ads. I think Facebook ads is probably the most consistent way I can get to the $1 million a month mark. I can just run ads to my funnel and just hop on strategy sessions. I'm building a sales team. So I'm moving towards that direction. I have my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is bringing in like one call a week. I only have 3,000 subscribers, so nothing too crazy. My other option is to keep doing what I was doing with working with leaders and stuff. I have no idea. I just plant the image and I let it attract to me. I'm letting the people, the situation. I literally want somebody can be on this call right now for the first time meeting me and be like, yo, DeAndre, I know this guy, connect me. And then boom, business blows up. So yeah, so you plant the goal. You're not going to know how to get it, but that's the fun part. Alexa, reach out to Peter. Peter, can you send her a private chat? He'll tell you more about the program and how everything works. Okay. But yeah, any other questions, guys? What happened to Mina? Mina, I'm actually gonna be having lunch with her tomorrow. So Mina used to be on my Wednesday calls, but now I'm only doing one call on Mondays. So yeah, I'll be linking up with Mina here in a little bit. We'll probably be making some Instagram content and stuff. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Are we good to go? Actually, I think we're good to go. I'm still at the dealership. Yo, this is how much I love you guys. Let's check this out. So I pulled up to the dealership right now, and I was like, you know what? I had 2 choices. Do I cancel the call, or do I just do the shit at the dealership? And I was like, you know what? I love you guys. I do it one time a week. You know what? I'm going to give. This is a very important part of my life. Why not do it at the dealership? So guys, I really appreciate that you guys stayed here. And I really want to go out there, test drive the car, finalize the paperwork, and enjoy the shit out of this. So guys, make sure you check out my Instagram story. It's going to be a movie. I also have a YouTube video that's going to be coming out of it, guys. So guys, without further ado, if you want to book a strategy, also here's my Instagram at Miami Patron. Follow me on Instagram at Miami Patron. Follow the journey, guys. This is going to be a freaking movie over the next couple months here. It's going to be a movie. If anybody just sticks close to me, I'm giving out free content. You're instantly going to grow your income, grow your business, feel better about yourself, get on the frequency of the vibration that you want, and learn how to use the law of attraction to grow your business. So book that one-on-one strategy session with me, guys. Time for me to go finalize my GTR. Love each and every one of you. I'll see you guys next week. Take care.